Chapter 2 opens with Kohei and Yuzuka sitting on a couch, playing a fighting game at home. He teases her for losing and for picking a weak character, but she stubbornly insists she'll never give up her fighter because he's the cutest. Yuzuka defiantly announces she'll definitely win the next round. Kohei accepts her challenge with a smirk. He's played this game countless times, but it's only truly fun when he's playing with her. However, this warm dream is interrupted by his sister's furious scream. A sharp slap finally brings Kohei back to reality. His younger sister Sana is looming over him in her school uniform, annoyed that he overslept again because of his late-night gaming. As she leaves, Sana teases Kohei that at this rate he'll never get a date with Koikawa, which makes him panic and yell that it's never going to happen. On his way to school, he remembers his night spent with the old game and feels surprisingly energetic despite the lack of sleep. However, the game itself felt underwhelming. Playing it alone just didn't bring the same excitement as it used to. His thoughts drift to another memory of him and Yuzuka playing the same game back in college. Annoyed that his mind keeps circling back to his ex-wife and spurred on by his sister's teasing, he reaffirms his conviction not to get involved with Yuzuka again. To finally break away from the past, Kohei makes a firm resolution. This time, he'll definitely make new friends and join a school club. He remembers that in his past life, he always just went home after class. But things will be different now. An idea that seems perfect suddenly dawns on him. The art club. He walks decisively toward the art club. In his past life, he only started drawing after getting into college and still got pretty good. But now he wants an earlier start. He figures if he works hard for 3 years, he'll be able to get into a prestigious art university. Full of confidence, Kohei reaches for the classroom door. He slides the door open and freezes in horror. Inside, he sees his ex-wife surrounded by other students. He instantly slams the door shut and runs off in a panic, wondering what the hell she was doing in there. Kohei runs down the hall with one thought on his mind: stay away from her. A poster for the manga club stops him. The art style looks familiar, just like his favorite mangaka. As he looks at it with interest, the door slides open, and a girl appears in the doorway. The girl in the doorway gives him a surprised look and asks if he wants to join the club. Kohei, stammering a bit, agrees. Hearing this, she explains that all the upperclassmen graduated last year, and now she's the only member left. She introduces herself as the club president, Akabane Chizuru, and offers him a drink. Kohei is struck by her beauty, thinking he never would have met her if he'd just gone home after school, like in his past life. He introduces himself as Kurose Kohei and asks if the drawing on the door is hers, and she confirms that it's her work. He praises her drawing, noting it's at a pro level for her age. This makes her blush. He realizes he said the wrong thing and clarifies that it's just his first time seeing someone so talented in high school. Internally, he curses himself for the slip-up. Akabane explains that the club's activities involve creating newsletters and posters for the culture festival. Kohei is impressed by her talent and her ambition to show others how enjoyable manga can be. He praises her hard work, but she humbly replies that she simply loves what she does. Sitting down at the table, they look over her work. Kohei points out a well-drawn background, and Akabane is pleased by his attention to detail. Looking over her work, Kohei says that honing a skill to perfection is true professionalism. Realizing he sounded like an old man, he immediately starts to backpedal. Akabane gives a shy smile and says his words are making her blush, adding that he has a very mature perspective. Looking him in the eyes, Akabane asks him to join the club and create manga with her. Kohei, seeing this as the perfect start to his new high school life, enthusiastically agrees. But in that same instant, the door slams open and Yuzuka appears in the doorway. Yuzuka explains that she left the art club because it was all guys. Kohei objects, but she declares that since this club caught his eye, she's interested in it too. To his surprise, she firmly announces her decision to join the club. Akabane is ecstatic about Yuzuka's decision, which makes Yuzuka flinch. She joyfully declares what a wonderful day it's turned out to be, now that the number of club members has doubled. Taking Yuzuka by the hands, she immediately starts asking about her favorite manga genres. Yuzuka points to a manga that a kid's anime was made from. Akabane instantly recognizes it and praises Yuzuka for her excellent taste. Kohei watches as they quickly find common ground and excitedly discuss the story and the art. Yuzuka says with a smile that she hasn't been able to talk about her hobbies in a long time. Akabane takes her by the hands and coaxes her to join the club, assuring her that such talk is always welcome here. Kohei panics and tries to intervene, but no one is listening to him. Kohei snaps and starts arguing with Yuzuka, reminding her how she complained about being tired of drawing. She shoots back that she stayed up all night because of him, finishing his doujinshi for the sake of their trip. Finally, with tears in her eyes, Yuzuka admits that she was simply happy to be able to go on that trip with him. At that moment, Akabane snaps a photo. When Kohei asks what she's doing, Akabane replies that she's filming their lovers' quarrel for her manga. Kohei and Yuzuka shout in unison that it's not true. In response, Akabane just laughs at their sync, saying they're like a married couple. To break the tension, Akabane suggests they discuss manga. Kohei and Yuzuka immediately jump into conversation, excitedly debating favorite characters and completely forgetting about the club president, who just watches them. Kohei brings up a funny moment from the story, which makes Yuzuka burst out laughing as she begs him not to make her laugh so hard. This causes the ex-husband to blush, creating an awkward moment between them, and they both turn away. The club president just gives a sly smile. They both apologize for getting carried away, but Akabane tells them to pay her no mind. Sipping her tea, she notes that their level of sync isn't possible for normal classmates and decides to test her theory. She bluntly asks if they've done it yet. They jump up and yell, "No!" Akabane laughs, saying it was a joke, and adds that she could see how much fun they were having together. Akabane advises them to make up, noting that a relationship where you share the same hobbies and tastes is a valuable thing. Kohei is embarrassed to be lectured by a girl 10 years his junior, but he and Yuzuka are no longer together. Yuzuka looks away sadly. When Akabane asks if they're both joining, Kohei and Yuzuka say in unison that they won't stay if the other is in the club. That evening, Kohei sits at home alone playing a fighting game, and admits with a sigh that it's boring. Playing alone, Kohei remembers how much fun it was with Yuzuka. His thoughts drift back to the past, to when she found out he was a gamer. He admitted that he hid his otaku hobbies for fear of being made fun of, but to his surprise, she called it amazing. Yuzuka, impressed by his gaming skill, admits she's barely ever played. With a radiant smile, she asks Kohei to teach her, saying she wants to play together with him. Even though she wasn't an otaku, she still shared his hobbies. Remembering Akabane's advice, Kohei decides their marriage was a mistake, but they could probably have a good time together. As friends, but strictly only as friends.
So what are your thoughts? Drop them in the comments below. And you know the drill. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next part. Catch you in the next one.